There we go.
We're on.
Now we can go live, so that should
It
now
says
connect
we're
through.
muted. Like what you always do.
No, we're not muted. I'm not muted. There we go. We should be live. Hey everyone, how you doing?
I'm gonna be in the other room.
It's Imran, Web Squadron.
I'm gonna be in the other room typing on my live chat.
Raheem is here as well. He's typing from his machine over there, so as long as he's well behaved.
So we'll say Rory.
Okay, yeah. How is everyone doing? Someone get the neck cut. You know what? Today has been. I have to say though, I'm just wearing some slack bottoms at the moment. Today's been a bit of an eye opener, really. Hey, friendly girl. In that, I've been. Obviously, my son is on school holidays. Hey, Tarakangas. Hey, Sasha. So my son is obviously on summer holidays. Hey, Maddie. Hey, Jean. And I can't get as much done because I've got to look after him, got to cater to his needs as well, and also get stuff done as well, working on websites, clients, you know, like the Facebook forums, answering question emails, all of that stuff. The trouble is that I like to be very, very productive. And right now I've got 10 videos that I've spent about a week and a half researching, and I know that they are still good to go. I.e., you have an idea, you have a theory, or a question's been asked on a forum post somewhere and you weren't too sure what's the best way to answer it. And I've come up with some solutions and stuff I want to record and put out there. The trouble is time to do it. So all of today, I've been like, damn, I can't wait for him to go back to school. So I need time to get some real nitty-gritty recordings done. Hey, Thomas, how you doing? Mahbub, how you doing as well? By the way, Raheem is in the other room and he might be chatting along as he does. I hope you've all had a good week. We had a great week. We started a really, really big project 2 weeks ago. In fact, it was 13 days ago. No, it's 2 weeks ago. And we finished on Friday. And the client had a few snags on the Friday, sorted those out. And they've done their final payment now. So it was a big, big project. I don't always like working on projects that are going to take more than a week or more than 10 days to complete. Because when it's something really big, sometimes I feel like I'm blocking out so much time, I can't jump around and do other stuff. So really, really glad that project is now done and dusted. Absolutely, Gary. Do you know what? I mean, my dad was saying to me the other week, he was, make Raheem a mod. No, Mike, we are not doing that. Can you imagine, Mike? He's the sort of person who would start blocking and kicking people out all over the place. You can't do stuff like that yet. Yeah, Raheem, you. What did you post, Raheem? Did you post a link? Oh, maybe you posted a link. That's probably what it was. So with regards to working from home, obviously, with regards to working from home, you have more flexibility, obviously, food and comfort of home, and you don't have to travel and whatever. But you just don't stop. My dad made a point. He goes, you just don't stop. My wife makes a point. Loads of my friends make a point. And even on Sundays, I will plan my coming week. Sunday is actually classed as planning day for me. Because I like to know, what am I going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? I like to look ahead. And if I then decide, you know what, I'm not going to do anything on Thursday, I'm going to go to the movies, I'm going to go shopping, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. I've planned for it. Now, when something unexpected happens, like a client request or a proposal, I treat them as good, unexpected things. These are things that when they happen, you go, ooh, you get a little bit excited, don't you? So let's say you've said this week you're going to work solid on web design. And then later on today, someone contacts you and goes, "Hi, can you let me know what it would cost to build a website?" Even though it's unexpected, sorry, it's got to rearrange that. Even though it's unexpected, by the way, can you let me know the sound is coming through okay? Even though it's unexpected, you like it. You want more of that. You don't mind. But there are some forms of unexpected activity, like someone walking in your room, or a phone call from someone you don't really want to talk to, or you order a takeaway meal and they're still not here, or I don't know, just crazy little silly things like that. Those kind of things I hate. I despise. In fact, if you get an email from a client who goes, "Hi, you built something for me and now it's not working." Again, unexpected things like that kind of throw you a little bit. You go, what's going on here? So, unexpected things can be good and bad. My problem is I've had now a total of, let me get this right. I think it's nearly, nearly 4 weeks. No, yeah, it's nearly 4 weeks. In fact, it's probably more than 4. Yeah, 4 weeks, nearly, and a bit, of Raheem at home. And it's fine, but if I want to put time in to do video recordings, it's a bit tricky. I need to be in my zone. Does anyone else out here do podcasts or videos or some form of preparation where you just need to be in the zone? Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't have distraction. You can't have your phone going on. Hey, Pickstar, how are you doing? You can't have your phone going off. You can't have people contacting you. You can't have distraction. You can't have rain hitting the window or the roof. You can't have things out of place. Everything must be perfect in a way. And I don't just mean the lighting and the microphone and the setting. I mean you. Inside, you need to be feeling brilliant so that when you do your video or your podcast or whatever you prepped yourself up to do, you're on fire. And I can't get into that zone when Raheem's home. I just can't. I've tried it. I've done a few quick videos here and there. I can't get fully into the zone because my mind is always like, while I'm doing this, I'm not keeping an eye on him. Like right now, I'm not even keeping an eye on him. But Raheem's out there right now, probably watching or typing away or doing something silly. Gary, you'd have to pay someone. Hey, you never know, Gary. If you don't give it a go, you'll never know. Maybe you should record a video driving to your concrete jungle. Naldi, I try to avoid doing those tasks when I'm not. Yeah, exactly. My problem is that the last week and a half, I have primed. There's 10, but I'm going to say 2 of them maybe I might not bother doing because they're a bit controversial because they're me forming a view or an opinion. But there are definitely, no, there's 9. There's out the 10, there's definitely 9 videos I definitely want to record. But when you have something like this in the same house as you.
Subscribe to Squadron.
Thank you very much. You can't get fully in the zone. Hey, Alandro, how are you doing? And I'm hoping that my wife takes him away from me on Thursday and Friday. You know, just all I need.
Wait, what do you mean?
When I say take you away, I mean just disappear somewhere. I don't know. You're not going. Okay, anyway. All I need, literally, all I need is about, I reckon, an hour and a half of nothing around me. Like, I need to be in a black hole.
What?
I need to be somewhere where there's no life.
If you're in a black hole, then we're in a black hole. What
No,
do you mean?
no. If I go in a black hole, you are not coming into my black hole, okay? It is my black hole, and I am blocking out light and the world.
Get consumed by a black hole in 7 billion years. Everyone will be in the exact same black
All right,
hole.
you sound like ChatGPT when you talk like that.
ChatGPT does not even talk.
So I need an hour and a half, 90 minutes, even 100. Let's go up to 100 people. I need 100 minutes of pure singularity with just me. So I can bust out 9 videos. And then it might take me like the rest of the day or the following day to edit them out. But you know when you're itching I really want to do it. I really want to record them, you know. I really want to work on this website. I really want to sort out my social media. I really want to get that proposal done. You really want to do it. But when you're not in the zone, it chips away at you. Believe me, it's been chipping away at me all day because technically today, there was no one outside. It was quiet. Everyone was dead. I got him in the house, so I can't get in the zone. Oh dear, look, Raheem, bro, dad, what are you doing? Oh dear, mate. Imagine your black... Imagine your black hole is Uranus and he wants to... Yes, Pixstar, that's kind... I think, Pixstar, right now, we've just... The conversation's kind of gone... Hey, has anyone watched that Netflix show, Cabinet of... He's actually watching it with me. So with Netflix, Cabinet of Curiosity, it's... He gets a little bit scared when he watches it, but he does enjoy watching it as well. Hey, Dave, how are you? Oh, do you know what, Dave? By the way, why don't some of you tell me what is it like where you currently are right now? So, Dave, are you living on your own? Are you with family? Do you get disturbed a lot, Dave? Pixstar, do you get disturbed a lot? Because I've never really discussed this with you, have I? What is your working environment like? I mean, obviously things have changed now because, like, you got a new kid, but prior to that, what was your working environment? I mean, you're probably going to tell me your working environment was you in the microwave, for all I know. Hey, Richard, how are you doing? Friendly girl, what's yours like? Do you find you can get in the zone when you're working? You know, you got to work on this website now. No distraction. Do not disturb me. You know, I don't want no flies landing on my pizza. I don't want no cats jumping into my mouth. No dogs rubbing up against my face. No, I need to be in the zone. Lots. Oh, do your cousins come? Are your cousins? Oops, sorry. I think I had a biscuit in my mouth then. Are your cousins living with you? Or do they come round a lot? I'm guessing they come round a lot. Right? I'm guessing they come round a lot. Raheem, careful. Look, Raheem's here, right?
No.
You're going to get blocked if you keep putting stuff like that on. So don't do that.
Listen, of course, fly on our pizza a lot. Rolo, which is Dean's dog, got released and was peeing in our bush.
Ow. Right, Noldy, finding the motivation for certain tasks can be a struggle at times. I love working on new web projects, but my own private company should have been updated. Yeah. Again, this is that textbook scenario where you need something to give you a push. So a week and a bit ago, someone sent me a brand new logo. They just were like, hey, I thought of a new logo for Web Squadron. And I liked it. I looked at the logo and I was like, I quite like this logo. And it gave me a push. I didn't spend long. I only spent about 2-3 hours. And I went and redid our homepage. And it's one of those things where you just need a bit of a push. Do you know what I mean? And when the push happens, if it takes you in the right direction with the momentum behind you, you do it, don't you? Right? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. My working environment, Pixstar says, is schools. My office is one of their 12 schools. Ah, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Do you know what? Yeah. That's one reason why I actually do love not working in the office anymore. I really do. Because it was constant interruption. And there weren't always good interruptions either. Hey, Imran, how do I do this? Hey, Imran, what do you think about that? Imran, you know, phone calls, emails, things always happened. Everyone's what they wanted was urgent. Everyone was a priority. And I do not miss the office environment at all. I really don't. I thought I would, but actually I don't. And that's when you start to learn that half the time when you were talking in the office, you were just talking to pass the time. Or you had to talk to someone because you had to get something done. Oh man, Dave, never get alone time. Oh, this sounds This sounds like a hot topic, Dave. Dave, you should start a YouTube channel. You know, what would you call it? My house and the 569 occupants. Something like that. Friendly girl works from home. Hate it when people call at any time. Oh, do you know something, friendly girl? I hate it when I get a phone call from a family member for no good reason. And I'm like, you could have texted me. You didn't have to call for that. You didn't have to call and interrupt my day or my quiet time. You know, like at the end of the day, you now just want to chill out. I'm cooking my omelette, and I want to chill out. I want to put on some TV. I want to catch up on a movie. I just want to chill out. And what happens? You get a phone call. And you're like, you could have texted me. Did you really have to call me up for that? And I really hate it when that happens. And you know what's worse is, like, a bit like what Friendly Girl is saying as well, and Kate's agreeing, is that they can detect, they can tell that I'm either busy, oh, were you working? Or that I'm not happy to get the call. And they sound so, every time, they sound surprised. What's up, Imran? Hey, just checking up on you. If it's important, call me up. If it's an urgent, if it's a priority, call me up. But otherwise, just send me a bleeding text. Oh, here he is with his chocolate. Richard works from home now, but the old days of the office was so much noise. Yeah, you know, me on YouTube, I'm looking for a laptop so I can get out of the house. Hey, the trouble is though, right, even if you have a laptop, then you got to make sure you got good Wi-Fi connection as well. Do you know what, Richard? I mean, Richard, have you ever worked in a garden office? I have nothing against garden offices because I have one, but I actually prefer working here than the garden office. Not for the recording aspect, but I find that in the garden room, it's about 30 meters away. I think it's roughly 30 meters away. You know, like, you want to go to the toilet, you come in and out. You want to get a drink, you come in and out. You know, there's a little bit of that. And also, the internet speed I get here is 900 megabits per second. In there, even though the Wi-Fi is connected via cable, so it travels through, I only get about 80. So there's always a bit of a difference there. Exactly, Kate. They don't understand, do they? Like, you know what gets me really mad is when, like, I get a phone call on a Saturday afternoon. Sometimes it's my dad. And he's like, oh, what you doing? I'm like, I'm working. And he goes, on a Saturday? And I always feel this, like, I've worked on Saturdays and Sundays for the last 20 years. Even when I was in the NHS, I was still working on evenings. I'd still be working on Christmas Day while the meal was being readied up. I'd still be sorting stuff out. I'd still be working on Saturday, Sundays. And I always get a little bit irritated when someone, like, you know, like 5 p.m. on a Sunday, you get a phone call. Oh, what's Imran doing? And my wife will say he's working. And I can hear my mum on the other side going, what's he working for on Sunday, 5 o'clock? What's he doing? And it's like, the philosophy I keep telling my wife and my son gets this. He gets this proper. He even says it to my wife every now and again. The world does not. It's because it's a garden office, Dave, right? Like 990 in here, but then when it goes via the power cable to the garden office, it goes down to 80. It's because we're talking 30 meters outside the house. But my son, he agrees with me as well, is the world does not stop moving, right? Even if you stop right now, all of you stop right now. Right now, for 10 seconds, I want all of you to stop when I say stop, right? Do not move. Stop. right? 10 seconds, you stopped. We all stopped. But guess what? The world didn't. The world kept orbiting. The world kept revolving. People still happen. Things still move on. I can't stop. I can't stop. Yeah, do you know something, Richard? I've got that armored cable. I've got that. But I still get a drop because what happens is I've got like a device that connects into the wall. Maybe I need to get an up-to-date one. It is about 3 years old now, that device. It connects into my internet and it sends it through the armored cable. It might be that. Anyway, I'm going to get back onto the question over here. Just, sorry, if I've missed anyone's question, can you just pop it in again? In case, because there's quite a few coming in and I might have missed something here at the moment. Yeah, exactly, Pixar. You get a phone call, are you working? Like, yeah, I'm working. Dave, I can tell you now, if you have the on-air... The trouble is, though, Dave, even if you have an on-air symbol on your door, it won't stop the noise outside. That's what I've come to understand and realise. Harrison Ariza, how are you? No, I don't speak Espanol, but I'm pretty sure me or someone else here could work out what you're trying to say. If you can do it in English, that would be better, but yeah, I mean, it might get messy. It might get very, very messy. That's kind of cool, Kate, you know. I mean, generally in my house now, you know, it's my wife, my son. They're pretty understanding when I'm busy, or I might say to them, I'm going to record a video, so don't make too much noise. They are understanding. But these 9 videos I want to record, I really need to be in the zone for them. And now I haven't got that at the moment. Have I had any issues using CSS on the icon list from Gary? Depends on what the CSS is. I mean, very much depends on what it is, but not really, no. Not that I can think of. Me on YouTube, I need a way to show staff availability. Amelia. You could use an Amelia plugin. You could use a Google Calendar. You could use an Apple Calendar. But no, Amelia. The Amelia plugin, I suppose, I think, might do you. Have I ever customized a comment form template on a blog when using Hello? I find it rather limited. The comment form template. The comment form template. Oh, you mean when you have the blog and you have the comment bit underneath, right? Sorry, when the form bit threw me then for a moment. Not really. Not really. I mean, most people don't care about that. Loads of my clients don't even want it on, and I understand why. Have you tried right-clicking, inspecting, getting the class name, and then added in your own CSS? I'll have to try it out, Gary, because I haven't, since the latest Elemental Pro, I haven't tried any icon. I haven't had to use any icon list on anywhere yet. So I'll have a look at that. But going back to Naldi, I would right-click inspect and then maybe, yeah, see if you can do some CSS. Hey, Johan, how you doing? Exactly, Alejandro. And my mum and dad are the only people that call on my landline. No one else does. So whenever that landline goes, I know it's my mum and dad. That's why when I hear that landline, I go, oh, God, what do they want? What do they want now? Dave. And you know when people walk up and down the steps, Dave, it's like they've got to make the loudest noise, don't they? Got to make the bang noise. Thomas, I'm making a Dutch website with Dutch keywords, but the website needs to be available in Dutch. Look, there's low. Do I need to change the SEO to English too? Oh, good question. Good question. I would have thought that it would have pulled through anyway if you've got some Google Translate plugin in. I would have thought that it wouldn't have made a difference. Can anyone advise on that? I'll have to have a look, Gary, because I've not experienced that yet. Hey, Andrew, how you doing? You're doing a bit of maths revision. Oh, yes, your school goes back tomorrow. I've still got 2 weeks. 2 and a bit weeks, in fact. In fact, 2 weeks and 2 days with Raheem. And then he's back at school. And I'll tell you what, that day when he's back at school, I am going to be hardcore. I'm going to be hardcore? I'm going to be hardcore recording videos, like loads of stuff I want to get done. Alejandro, could you be so kind to create a tutorial with only 3 page builders? Not everyone can afford. I know. I mean, the trouble is though, right? Here's the trouble. I could, if I want, do a tutorial using Elementor header footer plugin. Then I might have to use something like Contact Form 7 or something to get a form, or Forminator. Then I'm going to spend more time doing CSSing and styling to get everything to look right. Then I'm going to end up using... I mean, I could do it. I mean, what would you like to see me build it with, Alejandro? What would you like to see me do a tutorial in? You know, people have said, what about Block C and what about this and what about that? Yeah, Richard, as soon as I said that word, that's why I stopped and went, why did I just say the word hardcore? But it's one of those things where I would say I could do it with 3 plugins, but I feel like here's the reason why, Alejandro, I don't like, or why I haven't done videos where they're pure free page builders. Here's why. It can be done, but then I'm going to tell you to use lots of additional third-party plugins. And I feel like the minute I put out a video like that, I'm literally giving my stamp of approval to do it that way. There's going to be people that watch it, follow it, and then later on, they're going to get hit by page speed issues or incompatibility. And they're always then going to come back and say, oh, but you told us to do it, which is why I'm always hesitant on doing it. It's like 3 or 4 years ago, I didn't do this, right? But 3 or 4 years ago, so many people were saying, hey, you want to build a website? Use Ocean WP. Hey, you want to build a website? Ocean WP. Ocean WP is one of the worst themes to use. I'm sorry. It is one of the worst themes to use. Loads of issues all the time. But the minute an influencer puts out a video for that, people then go, oh, well, they've said it's okay, so it must be okay. Ain't that right? And they go and use it. And my worry is that if I put out a video, yeah, or Astra, exactly, Pixar. If I put out a video where I use just Elementor free and then loads of third-party plugins, I don't want anyone out there to follow that methodology just because don't forget, that methodology, I'm only doing it for the video. I would never do it in real life. So just for the purpose of a video, oh, I get the views, I get the likes, amazing. But then people out there are going to follow that. And even though it's not my problem, it bothers me. It would bother me a lot. Hey, Damp, yeah, I mean, I've done a load of bricks tutorials and full site video. I did one May, June, July, nearly 3.5 months ago. 3 months ago, in fact. Oh, man, Richard. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. I mean, you could get away with leaving it on GoDaddy if the client's not bothered. But yeah, Ocean WP, whenever there's an update with Elementor or anything, boy, do they go boof. There's always a problem. And Gary is right, though. I would say that if you really want a free builder, HTML, CSS is the way to go. But then there's a whole nother learning curve you got to do. Jabiz, I want to create a sticky header, but at the bottom. Well, you create it as a sticky footer then. You create it as a sticky footer. If you want your header to be at the top, you create it as a sticky footer then. Plain and simple, really. Sticky bottom. You could do it as a header as well. I suppose you could do it as a header. I don't know why I said that. Do it as a header and just make it a sticky bottom. Sticky bottom sounds rude, but that's what you do. So you want me to do it without any builders? So you want it in just HTML and CSS? You could get ChatGPT to tell you how to do that. Hey, Artif, how are you doing? How you doing, Artif? But yeah, Jabiz, if you wanted that done, then get ChatGPT to write it for you, right? And again, this is one of those questions where I then have to kind of go, that doesn't make sense. So when someone says to me, build it without any builders, well, what if I build it, but it's not the way you want it? So I would say open-ended questions like a sticky header at the bottom without using any page builders. Just seriously, ChatGPT will answer a ton of your problems for free. You know? So Kate, when you say you think the pro version and paid for widgets are wrong, which ones do you mean? Are there any in particular that grate you a little bit, kind of thing? By the way, don't forget to smash the like button if you have not already. And I tell you what, tonight I'm going to have an omelette. I am going to have an omelette tonight. I don't know why I had to tell you that or why I made such a big vocal extravaganza about it, but I'm going to have an omelette tonight. Please don't forget to smash the like button. It's the reason why a lot of us say like is because the more people that hit like and the more people that comment, the higher the chance that the YouTube algorithm will say, well, there's so much engagement happening here, which is good. It then lets other people around the world know about the video. Nika, how are you doing? I'm getting reduced initial server response time when optimizing with FastPress. That is actually to do with your server. Who is your server, Nika? Who's your server with? Hey, Linda, great to have you back. Raheem, can I have an omelette? Raheem, you don't even like omelette. I just heard him go, huh? In the other room. Do you want an omelette?
Yeah, can I have it tonight?
Yeah, you can have it tonight. What, with bread? Just omelette on its own? Just omelette on its own? Not in a sandwich?
Right, I'll have a sandwich.
You'll have it in a sandwich?
Yeah.
And I'll cut with butter? All right, get out. Okay, there we go. So me and my son, we've now decided what I'm going to cook for tonight's dinner. Crazy. I tell you what, we are a crazy bunch. We really, 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 really are. Do you remember I told you about someone last week who they pop up now and again on Elementor, and they started off like a webinar about how to give up your day job. They are relentless with their chaser emails. Hey Imran, you haven't signed up for my new course, which is $1,000 for me to teach you how to make money. And he thinks that you can make loads of money selling Elementor licenses. You know, whatever, dude. Whatever. Sonika is a local service company, but I'm getting the same problem with hosting. Okay, but if you disable FastPress, do you still get the same issue? And I can tell you now, the initial server issue is to do with your server. So the question I would then have is, what kind of websites are we talking about here? How much DOM is on this page? How much megabytes are being loaded or rendered on the page? Because that kind of issue, Nika, is means that you've got something heavy coming through on the page. And it might be, it doesn't matter what optimization plugin you use, FastPress, Auto-Optimize, Perf Matters, WP Rocket, does not matter. You're probably going to get a slow page either way. So my question would be, are these websites where you're getting this issue similar in look and size? the DOM. Hey, Eddie, how are you? You know, the DOM, the rendering, the amount of things loaded up. So that's something you might want to go and have a look at. Shamon. Do you know what, Dave? I don't think I can get a picture out of my head now of you in the corner of your room working and there's people coming in and out. Hey, Dave, it's time to eat. Dave, do you want a drink? Dave, I've run out of toilet paper. Dave, I've run out of toilet paper. Can you print some for me? You're like, yeah, all right, just turn the printer on. Do you want any messages on your toilet paper? Yeah, can you put a story on there so I can read it while I'm wiping? Wow, I think we just created a comedy show right there out of that, didn't we? Hey? You know, what would we call the show? Shit paper. Oh, sorry. But yeah, so I'm just checking up with a client who agreed that we were going to start their job next week. And I gave him a proposal. I'm trying to think of how to best describe. I gave him a proposal, and the cost of that proposal was nearly double what they're willing to pay. So I told them the breakdown, and it was nearly double, and they didn't want to pay that. So my response was, take off what you don't want. What you don't want, you don't get from me. You can do yourself, but if you want it from me, then we have to think a bit. We have to think differently. And they've adjusted it. And I've made really clear as well, that is now worth 3 days of my time. That's what you're going to get out of me, 3 days. We're going to do X, Y, Z in 3 days. All right? You're not going to get day 4 out of me. You're not going to get day 5. That's what you get. And sometimes you do have to be very crystal clear. I don't price up by the number of days, but if I know I'm going to do for you, I will have already thought about it in my head. Okay, homepage, time. Extra pages, Sorting out X, Y, Z, a bit of time here and there. Add in some leeway. Always increase your time by 25% because you don't know what's around the corner. So I'm telling them, okay, here's your proposal offer now because you want the costs lower, but this is all we're going to do. I will do. And it's 3 days. That's all you get. Consecutively, 3 days. Monday to Wednesday. Tuesday to Thursday. Wednesday to Friday. You get the idea, right? You make it really clear. Because there's always a problem, and I fell foul of this many, many years ago, all right? Where you might say to someone, yeah, we'll do this website for $1,000, right? And in your head, you weren't going to spend more than 5 days on it. $1,000, we're not going to spend more than 5 days on it, right? But the client keeps going back and forth. I want this, I want that. You ask them to check the homepage. You don't hear from them for 4 days. So what should have been day 2 for you is now day 5 because you had to wait for them. So what you've got to do is nail them down, make them understand. And that is something I'm going to talk about in a future video, okay, about obligations. An obligation from me to you and you as the client back to me, okay? It's a really important one that gets lost in communication a lot. Eddie, I have updated to WordPress 6.3 a few websites and I haven't had an issue yet. Brown paper pigstar. Just caught my eye on that one. Sorry, because I was talking. Oh, someone's just sent me something. Dave's trouble is that I go out to work during the day and only have the evenings to record, and they're also off work. You see, Dave, this is my problem as well. Sometimes I say to myself, right, late at night, I'm going to do my recording. Really late when everyone's in bed. By that time, I'm kind of in my chill out mode now. My hair's all flicked around, you know, my t-shirt's torn off. Well, no, it's not torn off, but I'm now in chill out mode. And when you're in chill out mode, you don't really want to be. It's even harder to get in the zone. The best time to be in the zone, right? The best time to be in the zone, my friends. When is the best time? You tell me. All right, I'll tell you what mine is. When is the best time to be in the zone? Go on. If you were doing YouTube videos, thinking about your lifestyle and family and work and people calling in and running in, toilet paper, when would be the best time for you to record videos? Let's light up the comments, everybody. Light them up, people. Light them up. Alejandro says, how can I get rid of this annoying message that keeps popping up? When you send a message, people will be able to see that you shouldn't get that message. I don't really know. That's a YouTube thing. I don't know. Friendly girl, I have a client who's with GoDaddy, and I was shocked how much stuff was there. Is that normal? Oh, yes, that is normal. That's GoDaddy, friendly girl. That is GoDaddy. GoDaddy loads in all sorts of rubbish. Really, really does. Loads of rubbish. Ascot Fencing. Hey, Ascot, how are you doing? Morning. Michael goes for 2 a.m. Go crappy. Hey. Go crappy does not make you happy. John Cyanide. Hello, John. How are you? How would one build a directory website without using a directory theme and using... Right, John. This is where, if bricks and Croco-Blocks work really well together, is where you would probably use Croco-Block. Or you could use a WordPress plugin like GeoDirectory, which I don't actually like. Stuff like that. Pez, when will you be live from the garden? I'm not sure I will, Pez, because then I've got to take the microphone and... I don't know, I could take... I don't know, it's all a bit fiddly. I need to get another microphone, I think. Be a bit more portable. Then I maybe could do that. Yeah, so my best time... I'll tell you my best time to be recording, and thanks for all your comments coming in, Alejandro, when you're completely alone. To be honest, Alejandro, when you're completely alone, you can do lots of stuff, right? You know, you don't have to be in the zone then. Sinan, not seen you for a while, my friend. How are you and how's things back home and how is your work going on? So, in the morning, my wife's gone work. I drop my son off at school. I'm back home by 9 a.m. That is the best time. Because when I'm walking home, I've already checked my emails. Yeah, I'm on top of everything. Right, you get home, boom, 1 hour, curtains closed, lights on, panels on behind me. We rock and roll. We rock and roll. Okay? Because now I know my wife's out. She's gone. Raheem is at school. He's gone. I'm in my element now. I am in my element. And that is normally the best time for me to get recording. I've come to realize, Dave, you don't need a soundproof room. What you need is just quiet. You really do just need quiet. You know, and it's you're in a very tricky scenario, right? 7-bedroom house, loads of people. You are in a very tricky scenario. The only thing that could help you out though, Dave, is I am using a dynamic microphone. If you have a condenser, it's going to pick up sound, right? The dynamic is here, right? So if I start talking like this, and as I move away, and I'm not changing my tone, I'm not getting any louder, I'm not getting any like quieter, you can hear the sound difference until I get back to here. And I'm hoping to think that when I go over here, the sound is more clearer, and it's picking up everything. So that's something you might want to think about. Yep, dead cat, or that little fluffy hedgehog thing, Michael. The fluffer. There's a proper word for it. The bomb fluff. No, the boom fluff. Is it the boom fluff? The bomb fluff. Melissa! Welcome back, Melissa. I'm glad to hear that things are really, really good for you. Prompt engineering, why don't you respond? Prompt, I've probably missed it, prompt, so can you add it in again? Yeah, I'm scrolling up and I can't see it, prompt, but please put your query in again. Remember though, right, there's so many people putting on messages. I sometimes do miss stuff. I do miss stuff. Hey, look, Ascot, messages like that really fill me with joy, because if I know that I'm doing just a tiny thing anywhere and it makes a difference between you to help you or your clients or your business or your family or your life, then I feel brilliant. I feel really, really happy and glad. Stuff like that. Richard, just waiting for your chair to tip over. My old chair would have tipped over, right? Nice one, Dave. And what do you think about the, is it, are you finding it, sound wise? Are you feeling it, like, when you have got noise going on around you? Are you finding it deflates it a bit? And by the way, Dave, what do you use for your I mean, I don't know if I can get it on screen. I use iMovie just because I can use it for free and I don't need to use anything more professional than that. But if I go to I don't know if I can show you on screen. Let me see if I can show this to you. This is an application. I don't know if I can. Window. Can I show you this? Ah, yeah, here we go. Here you go. I can show you. Right, here we go. Right, so if I do here we go. Right. Let me just move this down a little bit like that. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Yeah. So when I'm editing my videos, Dave, and I should do a video about this. I haven't done an updated one for a while. Is I set my sound to be auto. So can you see the sound here? Actually, you can't see the sound, can you? Can you see the sound? I don't know if you can, actually. I think I've made this too big. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I've made this the wrong size. Yeah, I've completely made this the wrong size. Wait a minute. There we go. There we go. Right. So, I think I've got this the wrong size now. Anyway, here we go. Look, you see the sound there. I set my sound to be auto. I mean, I lower it to 80%. Okay. There you go. The sound waves, Pixar. The sound waves, the audio waves, right? And then over here, I reduced the background noise by 50%. So this just helps to get rid of even more sound, like background a little bit. So iMovie does, even though I'm using a dynamic microphone, I can make it hone in on my voice even more using that as well. Okay, there we go. Cool. But I do need to do an up-to-date video. I do need to do an up-to-date video on my studio connections and my bit of kit and what I'm using, especially when it comes to recording and editing. Well, Linda, we can see your comment, by the way, Linda. Okay. Not sure why. If your chat's not loaded, Linda, maybe come out of YouTube and go back in again. Maybe there might have been some little issue over there or something. Yeah, so I do use noise suppression, Sinan. I do use it. What I find though is that so on OBS I already have quite a few settings. In fact, can I show OBS? This is where it's, yeah, I can. I've got it open here. Why am I saying can I show OBS? So this is now where it's going to get very, very dodgy, people. Okay, so just bear with me, right? I'm about to go into Dodgeville. This is now going to get really, really dodgy. Okay? See what I mean? This is what happens if you ever put OBS, right, on the same screen as you're presenting. You get infinity. But the reason I did that is because down here, I do have some filters that are applied. I don't even know why I'm showing you this. I'm going to get rid of this, right, because this is going to send some people crazy. That was a stupid thing to do. But the infinity window of everything like that, you know, never good. But anyway, I have got some settings on there for that. Andrea, how are you? Yeah, Dave, DaVinci Resolve, you know, that's good. What was that other one? Hit Film Express, which you can get for free, is also not bad. But Film Cut Pro, I thought about it, but I wasn't, hold on. Film Cut Pro, I thought about it, but I have found that for what I do and how I present, iMovie is fine for me. I just don't know. You know, loads of people have said to me, why don't you use DaVinci? Why don't you use Film Cut Pro? Why don't you use Screen Studio? Why don't you use other stuff here and there? Hey Mia, how are you? However, I have found that I'm actually okay with iMovie in a strange way, you know. Oh, nice one, Andrea. Andrea, I was literally talking about this earlier. I have an idea for 9 videos. I'm itching to record them, but because my son is home, I just can't do it. And I know what you're saying, Andrea. You know, once you've are you going to edit them as well and then schedule them to go out while you're on holiday, which isn't a bad strategy. You know, I love to have videos recorded and prepped and scheduled to go out. So last week, I only recorded 1 video, but I still had videos coming out. I think I had videos coming out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Maybe, did I have one on Saturday? I can't remember. I think I did. So I like to have videos just coming out. Yeah, I mean, iMovie is the simplest one you're ever going to use, Dave, right? iMovie is like ridiculously simple, but it is also very lightweight in the features it gives you. The features it gives you are tragic rubbish, right? Andrea, what do you use for your video editing or when you're creating your videos? What do you do? What do you use? Yeah. Yep, so that's my son Raheem. He's in the other room, logged onto his machine, gone to YouTube. He's using my account, by the way, but via a different identity. Have I considered Canva? Right, so, friendly girl. Right, here we go. Filmora. Interesting, Andrea. Interesting. Is that the one by Wondershare? Is Filmora the one by Wondershare? Because I think I looked at that and I don't think I liked it. I might be wrong if it was that one. Now, I did try out Canva, and there's only one reason I would use Canva. If you wanted to convert your video from a landscape to a portrait, and you wanted to add on like extra little stuff like gimmicks and animation. Otherwise, Canva, the quality of the video that you export is not. Let me put it another way, right? If you put a video into Canva and you export as a 4K, it's okay. It's fine. But if you take something you've recorded using OBS or Ecamm or anything like that, and you stick that into Canva and then you export as a 4K, the quality drop is noticeable. It's proper noticeable. So, because I've tried it, taken a 4K quality, shoved it into Canva without making a single change, exported it as a 4K, put them both up, hit play at the same time, obviously without the sound, and you can literally see the noise. You can see the crispiness is gone. Yeah. Oh my God, use your phone. Use your phone, mate. Use your phone for a camera. I use this app. Where is it? Can't even find it. Here you go. I use this app. I don't know why I couldn't find. Oh no, it's gone. Camo, right? It's a camo. So when this is connected, right, whatever it sees, it's through your phone. The Reincubate app, but you could also use another app called Shoot app, which is really good as well. And they are really cheap for lifetime licenses on there as well. But I do need to do another video. I need to do another video one day about how do I record the connections, editing kit, and stuff like that. But I do need to do that very soon one day. CapCut, Pixar. CapCut, I have found CapCut is really good, but I find it slows me down. So when I use iMovie, I can go like that, really, really quick and get my video done. CapCut, for me, I find, I can't explain why, but it slows me down because there's more to do. There's more to do, and I have found it's just slowed me down. But CapCut is free, right? So Pez, the camo app, you can use on an Android phone as well, right? You can use it on Android with Windows machines as well. Arian, I watched several videos on color, but still the things I create always look weird. What is your color process? Well, when you say the colors look weird, are you defining a color palette to complement an image? Does that make sense? So what's the hero banner image? What's the power image? What's the wow, look at that image of the website, of the business, of the brand? Can you extract a palette from that? So where you're having issues with color, let me put it on screen for you. Here you go. Here. Where's it gone? Oh my God, I'm not going to tell you what came up when I typed it in wrong. Here we go. Right, let me get it on screen. So here we go. Camo. Reincubate camo. In fact, let me get you the full URL for it. There it is. Reincubate camo. It is super, 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 super good. Right? It is super good at using your phone to get 4K quality. And if you want to know what the pricing is, they've changed it. It used to be a one-time fee. They've now made it $34.99 a year. So, oh no, you can get the lifetime. There it is. The lifetime is still there. There you go. Right, the lifetime is still there. $69.98. All right, so the price has gone up a little bit, but it is a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant app to go and get to use your phone. And then you connect your phone up. You can use it wirelessly. I recommend not using it wirelessly. And I would strongly suggest getting a wire that goes from your phone to your machine so you don't get any potential lag. Put it that way. Andrea uses the Fujifilm XS10. Yeah, like Melissa makes a good point. Just start with basic colors, right? Just start with basic colors. And here's a really cool way, okay? Let me go and get you, let me show you a really cool way to formulate your palette, right? Let me show you a cool way to go and get your palette. So let's just do this now like that, right? So we're in Canva right now. Let's go and create a design. Let's just do a 1920 by 1080, okay? Let's just create a design. And I'm going to go and drop in an image. Okay, so let's go and get let's go and pop in this image here, right? Let's go and pop that image in there, right? I'm now going to just, I'm just going to go and pop in some circles, right? So let's just do, Let's just do something like this. We're just going to go, dude. Well, let's just do paste like that, right? Let's just do this. I'm just doing this in a really quick way, okay? Right? Now, when I click on here, this is in Canva, don't forget, right? When I click over here, it's already gone and picked up the colors from my image. Can you see that? It's already started detecting what are the colors which are common in the image. It starts to detect them. Look, you can see what it's doing, right? You can see how it's starting to detect some of the colors that are getting picked up, right? It's formulated a color schemes. Let's do that again. And this is all in Canva, right? It's a great way to formulate a palette. So let's go and find a photo. Let's go for a colorful cat. Yuck. Let's go for this cat here, right? So this is going to be your power image that we are now going to formulate our color scheme from, right? That's our color scheme. Well, that's our cat. That's our power image. We click here and we now get some different colors. Look at that. We're getting some... Oh, sorry. That's meant to go to the back, isn't it? So that's the back. Oh, man. I haven't sent it to the back enough. There we go. Is that enough? No, wait. I've got to send this to the back. There we go. Look. So you're getting the colors, right? There's a bit over there. We're getting a bit of a browny color somewhere there. We're getting a bit of a dark there. And something about this color here, you know, it's picking up there. So this is a great, great way of how, if your website is focused around a power image, you get your palette to complement the image. The problem you have is when you've gone and decided, this is my color palette, and then you go and shove an image in like that. What's that got to do with that color palette? They're not complementing. You know, if you know, I mean, you can almost get away with that one, right? But if the palette does not complement it, then, you know, it just doesn't work. Does that make sense? But if you're struggling to formulate your colors and stuff, it's not a bad way to do it. So Jabez, if you want to ask a question, go for it. Go for it. I'm just skimming down the comments. Okay, I'm just skimming down the comments. Exactly, Melissa makes a good point. One thing I've come to respect, right, is that if you care about web accessibility, I see a lot of people do this, right? So they have a button. Let me just do it some text, okay? So let's just go and do this. Something like that. Effects, background, and we'll go for really bright. We'll go for bright red, okay? And the text we go for white. That actually isn't great for web accessibility. And sometimes if you really want to hit the head on web accessibility, you have to dumb the color down a little bit sometimes to something like that. So bright colors can actually go against you if you are testing the color score, your AAA score for your web accessibility. Just something to point out there. But good point by Melissa. Really, really good. But Canva, you know, like that. So many times I've got clients and they have no idea about their color scheme. None whatsoever. And then what you do is you go and formulate an image. In fact, I might have a design on it. I might share it on screen. I might not. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. No, I can't find it. Might have been an old one. You know. But yeah, it's like, here's another example, right? You get an image and you start to formulate what are the colors, because if that's going to be the hero image, right, that goes across the hero banner, I don't want to have like that. I don't want to have that green. I don't even want to have that yellow or even, you know, pink. Makes no sense to the image. So the websites that really pull you in usually have had a lot of thought put into the style of images, the color tone, the range of images and the colors that sit behind it. Hey, Crystal, how are you? Back from vacation. Alejandro, do you think it's necessary to learn? Yeah, look, I answered this question. I think I answered this question, or I'm answering it soon. Do you need to know this? Yes, if you're going to use it. Yes. Right? Andrea does videos on GSAP and motion effects and stuff, right? Because she uses it. I don't, because I don't really use it. So if you think you are going to be using stuff like that to get dirty with the code, go for it. Or just use ChatGPT, or ask a forum, or ask someone. But look, I drive. I've been driving for 27 years, right? I've been driving for 27 years now. Do I need to know how to fix the engine of my car, even change the oil, to drive? No. I can drive. I can give you a lift. I can turn the radio on. I can use the wipers. I can still use the car. But I don't have to know everything. However, if there was no garage near me for like 20 miles, I was living in the middle of a valley, right? And like I was surrounded by trees and mountains, right? And stuff like that. Then I do need to learn how to fix my car's engine and change the oil and do X, Y, Z. Because the minute there's a problem, who's going to come and help me? Who are you going to call? Exactly. Because they're not here. Who are you going to call? Right? So a lot of it comes down to, do I need to know it? Okay, I'll go away and learn it. And that's because you could say that about anything in life. Literally anything in life, right? Anything and everything. Do I need to know how to do this? Do I need to know how to do that? And it's a bit like if you've ever worked somewhere else. So I used to work in the NHS, analytics. I knew what I had to know to be able to do what I needed to do or to influence others. I did not need to know how to do brain surgery, but I could still talk to a neurosurgeon about stuff, about what I needed to do to talk to them, but I don't need to know how to do neurosurgery. So I always say, that assess what you need to do to get by. And if learning something extra helps you to go further, that's great. But don't go busting a gut to learn something if it's not going to be a return of investment. So you could spend $20,000 getting taught by the best JavaScripter in the world. But if you don't use it and you don't earn from it, unless that $20,000 was expendable, what was the return of investment? And that's how I look at everything, literally everything, right? If I'm going to buy something to eat, am I going to enjoy it? No, then there's no return of investment. In fact, the only return of investment will be flushing it 2 days later. But at this moment in time, what's the return of investment for me in doing that? Exactly, Eddie. Cars park for you now. I'm really glad. What's it like in Vietnam? The weather. I'm really glad the videos are helping you out. Right, everyone, I have been live for 1 hour and 9 minutes. I am actually going to end in 2 minutes' time. I know I said I would start at 4 o'clock. I started a little earlier, but I am going to end in about 2 minutes' time.
Also, how long have you been on for?
1 hour and 9 minutes. 1 hour and nearly 10 minutes. 1 hour, 10 minutes, nearly. You need to come around here because I can't see you properly. Yeah, 1 hour and 10.
Subscribe to my channel.
Yeah, and I am going to go and now cook omelette.
Mum's already cooking vegetables.
For you?
Bought some vegetables.
I'm not eating vegetables.
From a shop outside, and it came straight out the ground.
I'm not eating.
And they're all mouldy and stuff.
Yeah.
But there's some black things on there.
I'm not eating vegetables. Are you eating vegetables?
No.
Omelette?
Yeah.
Right, go out. Yeah, Minecraft hacker. Right, everyone, look, I'm gonna shoot off now. Right, it's been really good fun. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be live tomorrow or Thursday yet. I am at the moment considering dropping down to one live chat a week. I'm still thinking about it, but I might go down to one live chat a week.
What?
What do you mean what? Just because
also, she said that we have to.
No, Raheem, I never eat what your mum cooks. You know this, okay?
Yeah,
I eat what I want to eat. I never eat what she cooks because let me tell you now, there's no return of investment, okay? At all. All right, everyone, take care. I'm going to see you all soon. Bye.